and the media, don't refer Rigathi Gachagua as His Excellency. Once you are impeached, that title doesn't belong to you completely. Go and look at the laws and the rules and regulations. Once you are impeached, one Rigathi Gachagua, the only title he will remain with is Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, because he was once a member of parliament. Term His Excellency has been dropped once you are impeached. And so, for that matter, we want to tell Rigathi Gachagua that you do not deserve to be a leader of any kind. It's unfortunate that even Honorable Ruto, His Excellency Ruto, appointed him or got him as his deputy. Now we know he's a madman. You can't even do. So once impeached, you have no role talking to Kenyans. And please refer to him as Honorable Gachagua, not His Excellency. That ended with his impeachment.
I would say we have a word for such kind of a man in Somali. You know, we call such people Kagle. You know, Kagle is somebody who's loudmouth and who engages his mouth without engaging his brain. And they are very noisy, very loud mouths, but they don't have any substance in what they say. It is unfortunate that somebody who was a deputy president for about 2 years in this country, and somebody who was just a heartbeat away from the presidency, would utter consistently divisive words, divisive rhetorics against a particular community. For starters, let me say, Somali community is not an appendage in this country.
Well, I really pity those who look up to the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for leadership. And I think the man has abandoned reasoning of late with his latest outburst. What he's calling for and what he's doing is generously offering Kenya as an open-air crime scene where foreign powers can come and conduct Venezuela-like attacks or raids. But what he should know is that Kenya is not a failed state. Kenya is not Venezuela. And this coming from the man who until recently occupied the second most powerful office in the land is really unfortunate.
You all know that BBS Mall is one of the finest and magnificent mall in East and Central Africa. It has never been pulled, one of its kind, ever in Kenya or in East and Central Africa. The kind of hatred that one Rigathi Gachagua is spewing against this community is not the first time. He had initially started with senior government officials before, attacked them, talked lies about them, and now he has come to the businessmen and businesswomen of the community. When you look at his statements, this is a man who is still smarting from the impeachment. From the day he was impeached, this man became mad and haywire.
The impeached Vice President, Gachagua, has no moral authority to speak about crimes that happen in another country. When we know he himself is a criminal, we know he stole from his own nieces and nephews, and he stole from his dead brother. So what moral authority? Let's have talk about these issues. Secondly, it seems he suffers from excessive obsessive compulsive disorder. And the Somali community live in his head rent-free. Otherwise, why should we be speaking about Somali every other time? He wants to drive wedge between Kenyans, and I think that is an